be underwater. News alert, it's getting hotter. We'll be underwater.
Today, we are going to be going into the Seaport District of Boston. And it doesn't take a genius to look at that at sea level and tell that we shouldn't be building buildings there with climate change on the way. The state of Massachusetts has invested $20 billion in the Seaport District. In the next 10 years, if a nor'easter hit the Seaport District, it would cause over $1 billion of damage. And who do you think is gonna pay for that damage? We are. Today, we will shatter that climate silence. And every single person in the Seaport District is going to hear us.
The seaport is unique because it didn't exist. At one point it was water. It's also an interesting case because it's a brand new neighborhood.
The changes that have taken place and the permissions that have been given for people to build in the coastal zone and around the water's edge without taking in consideration the long-term impacts is of real concern to me.
We had developers come in, build buildings, and then get out 5 years later.
There was no attention paid to sea level rise, absolutely none. This place is going to be subject to devastation, and the building continues.
So as we keep increasing the carbon dioxide concentrations in the atmosphere, we're worried that we could be approaching some tipping points in the climate system that could trigger some really pretty extreme events. If sea level comes from a big loss of the Antarctic ice sheet, Boston will feel 25% more sea level rise than the global average.
Boston is one of the most vulnerable cities on the planet to sea level rise and to flooding.
80 years from now, a lot of the seaport is just going to be underwater, not just during high tides or extreme high tides or during storms, but all the time.
We plan to own this area for a very long time. It's important to us to design for the future.
And so it's a terrific responsibility for us to make sure that we're thinking about not only our generation, but future generations, and that we're thinking about the future of the city.
Coastal flooding, sea level rise really wasn't on anyone's radar. The city wanted to unlock its potential. We need housing, we need jobs, and the framers of the city saw an opportunity.
It's too complex to say whether or not it was a mistake to build the seaport as we did. If we knew everything that we know now a dozen years ago, we could have been asking more.
So now the seaport area is bustling. Major companies are based there.
At some point, the seaport will no longer be viable. The sea level will be too high unless they want to literally wall themselves in.
If we can't get ourselves together to prevent 6-7 feet of sea level rise, I'm not sure that we're a society that deserves to survive.
Innovation District, there's no chance that innovation is going to outlast inundation in the seaport. This is going underwater. This is the Inundation District.